Tuesday's Town with Tupelo is brought to you in part by the Orrin Dunn Museum in Ballard Park. Explore what makes Tupelo great. And House of Carpet and R.L. Estes Office Furniture, in business since 1955 on East Main in Tupelo under the water tower.
This week, Tuesday's Town takes us to Tupelo. Today, WCBI's Allie Martin talks with Conventions and Visitors Bureau Chief Neal McCoy.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here in Tupelo. It is Tuesday. That means it's time for Tuesday's Town. Joining us right now to talk more about Tupelo is Neal McCoy. He is president of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Neal, you have a lot of great stories to tell about Tupelo. Tell us some of the high points.
Yeah, thank you, Allie. This is really exciting times in Tupelo, Mississippi. We have had some great improvements happening in our community, the expansion of the Elvis Presley birthplace, the improvements on Main Street, more restaurants being added up near the mall area in downtown, West Tupelo. So things are really exciting, and I think when you see the private sector investing in communities, that tells them that they're very confident that money is being exchanged at the cash register and that they want to be in that community.
Well, that's right. You mentioned the expansions at the birthplace. In the last couple of years, there have been a lot of improvements out there. Of course, you told me some years ago that Elvis still helps pay the bills here.
That's right.
So it's important to keep the birthplace as nice as possible and to tell the story of Elvis before he was a worldwide phenomenon.
That's right. The Elvis Presley Foundation Board does a wonderful job of telling the story of Elvis the boy and his time here in Tupelo. And what we've wanted to do is to enhance that story and dig a little bit deeper so that we extend the stay of the visitor. So what used to be just an hour-and-a-half visit has now turned into about a 4-hour visit at the birthplace.
That's right. And of course, looking ahead for next year, the 40th anniversary of his passing, you're expecting a lot more folks to come in. They'll be up in Memphis, and you usually have bigger crowds when that happens.
Yes. Anytime you have an incremental year of 5 or 10 in Elvis's either birth or death, we see a spike in visitation, especially from the international visitors. And so 2017 being the 40th anniversary of his death, we anticipate high numbers at Graceland, which we hope translates to high numbers here in Tupelo.
That's right. You mentioned the furniture market, and 2017, it will be the first week in January, a little bit earlier than usual. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Tupelo Furniture Market has changed their dates. They are moving to an early January market, and we're excited about that. One, it puts it on a typically slow week of the year, right after the first, and so our hotels, restaurants, and retail stores should see a little pick up right after the holidays. And what it does is it allows the furniture retailers to get to the market during a slow time in their store, but also have the furniture they buy here in their store when tax season rolls around. So we're excited about the market happening the first week of January. I applaud VM Cleveland and Kevin Seddon and their team for making that move, and we're excited about what it could mean for a typically slow week in Tupelo. We'll see those numbers up.
Sure, absolutely. And of course, talking about hotels and restaurants, you all have been instrumental in helping keep those filled. You have a special tax that helps you all do that and promote everything. Tell us about that.
Right. So we're funded by a 2% tax on hotels and restaurants. That's where we get our funding. We don't get any property tax, any other sales tax. It's only on the 2% tax on hotels and restaurants. Last year we saw about a 5.8% growth over the previous year, and so things are really good right now. Restaurants, as I mentioned earlier, there are more restaurants being added to our community daily. Our job is to make sure the hotels are filled up with visitors, and that's a #1 job. Every day that we walk in the door, we want to make sure we're inviting more guests to come visit Tupelo more often.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much, Neal McCoy, president of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Folks, when you come to Tupelo, if you want to know where to go or where to eat, where to shop, where to stay, come here to the Convention and Visitors Bureau. You can pick up all that information. For now, we're in Tupelo. We're going to send it back to midday.
Tuesday's Town with Tupelo was brought to you in part by Avonlea Assisted Living in Tupelo, caring for seniors for 15 years. Our roots run deep. And the City of Tupelo, an award-winning All-America city. And the House of Bounce, family fun with mini golf, laser tag, inflatables, and more in Saltillo.